Guild Wars 2 is ArenaNet's next big MMO. It is unlike Guild Wars 1, which was a lot of small persistent areas, large instance areas, and only very small persistent areas. We have now a massive persistent world that follows a personal storyline, dynamic events throughout the world, and has much more active dynamic combat that encourages you as a player to experiment with new things, move around a lot more, and rewards you for the choices that you make throughout the game. We only have 4 classes announced so far. Our big reveal for one now is the Necromancer, which uses blood and necromantic powers over the dead to heal themselves, cause damage, curses, poisons, and then to affect their enemies and to heal their teammates. Other classes are Ranger, Warrior, and Elementalist. Elementalist, you'll remember from Guild Wars 1, has power over the elements. With the way the weapons work in Guild Wars 2, instead of just, oh, I'm hacking at something with a sword and doing, blah damage, and then I'm hacking at something with an axe and doing blah damage, and it feels totally the same. In Guild Wars 2, it's changed a lot more. I'm using a sword as a warrior, and I can leap at people, and I can flurry with my sword, and then I change to an axe, and all of a sudden it's a lot more about, I can maybe throw my axe, I can get multiple strikes on a guy. It feels completely different. Elementalists have their one weapon, but they can change the element they're attuned to. So I have my staff, and I'm casting fireballs at somebody, and then I notice a friend comes up and they're looking hurt, and I can swap to the water element and cast a healing rain that'll help us both. So it's a situation that encourages you as a player to pick up a new weapon, or even I'm running along as an elementalist, I see a boulder on the ground, I pick up that boulder and my skills will change. I can throw that boulder as at an enemy, or I can use it to cast a giant meteor on somebody. It's something that encourages you as a player to swap your weapons, to swap your attunements, to look at things in the world around you, pick up a tree branch, pick up a board, to keep your eyes open. It's not a grind, it's not you're just hitting 111, so and also we have dynamic, just let's say an enemy is coming too close towards me, I can double tap and just roll backwards or roll to the side or strafe around them. It's something that encourages you to pay a lot more attention to what's going on. And if I, as a ranger, somebody near me casts a fire spell on the ground and I shoot my arrow through it, my arrow will catch on fire and do fire damage to an enemy. So it definitely encourages you to pay attention to the world around you, to what other people are doing, and what's happening. And it engages you a lot more as a player. Oh, absolutely. That was definitely one of our goals, sitting down saying, we're going to have a lush personal story. We're going to have a world that reacts to what you do as a player, to really push this persistent world, and that your actions have an effect in the long term in terms of the events that you participate in, and in the short term, just the decisions that you make in combat. And even when you're in your personal story, the decisions that you make there are permanent, are lasting, and they have weight. I know it's very large. I couldn't do a comparison on size since it's still something that's in flux, and an actual, kilometers to kilometers comparison, I don't know for sure. I know it's absolutely massive. And so then not even just, I think it's scale, but in terms of how involved you are in everything going on. It's not just, oh, I'm just going to run from point A to point B, and maybe I'm going to go to the garrison, and now all of a sudden things have changed. Centaurs have taken over the garrison, and the world is going a lot more out of its way to be dynamic and to react to you and the things that you're doing. And those centaurs, and fighting with people alongside people to take back the garrison, and then maybe you're going to move on your way and something else will happen. So it's something where it changes. Attack!
Just keep getting better and better.